Ideally, apps, which is short for applications, connect people with common interests and allow them to communicate in the way they want. Most apps that are misused by drug dealers and seekers have a legitimate purpose. Some apps are built in a way that allow users to conceal illegal or dangerous activity. The apps that are most frequently used to conduct drug activity online fall into three main buckets: social media, private communication, and e-commerce. Social media apps are used to communicate with a large audience. Based on DEA's independent research, dealers exploit and use these apps to advertise their product. Facebook, TikTok, Reddit, Tumblr, Pinterest, and LinkedIn are some examples of social media apps that are popular with kids. Other apps such as YouTube, SoundCloud, and Flickr, which are primarily used to experience video, audio, or photos, also have a social media function through profiles and comments. Communication apps like iMessage, Messenger, WhatsApp, Threema, and other apps are used for private, encrypted communication. That means that only the people in the conversation can see the messages. Some apps fall into multiple categories. For example, X, formerly Twitter, Telegram, Twitch, Instagram, and Snapchat all have direct message functions that support private communication. Certain apps can make messages and images automatically disappear and notify the sender if a screenshot is taken. That can make it difficult for you to track your child's online communications. One rule you can set for your child is that they cannot download any app on their phone without your permission. Some parental control apps can do this for you. If you open your child's phone and see an app that you do not recognize, you can ask your child to explain what it is, what it does, and how they use it. You can also adjust privacy settings and functions for the apps you do allow on your child's phone. Handing over cash when making a drug deal still happens, but less so than in the past. Online drug sales often use e-commerce apps, which allow people to make purchases online. Most online purchases are harmless, but some are not. Based on DEA's independent research, money exchange and e-commerce apps, for example, Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, and Remitly, are all apps that can be used for online drug sales without the knowledge of the company who owns the apps. As hard as it is to believe, illicit drugs can be delivered to your doorstep by reputable delivery companies. These companies work hard to identify and block illegal shipments, but some drug dealers are sophisticated in their shipping methods. If you identify an e-commerce or delivery app you do not recognize or did not give permission for, talk with your child about it and remove it from their phone if you think that's best. Most e-commerce apps are tied to a bank account or credit card, so you should also closely monitor your own accounts and those of family members. You can also work with your financial services company to protect your and your child's accounts. It's also important to know that apps can be hidden. Android phones have secret folders, and iPhones have hidden albums, where apps, photos, and other content can be placed behind an additional layer of security. Users can create hidden or secure folders and place apps in them. You may need to look in the app library instead of just the home screen to find one of the apps you are concerned about. The good news is that, just as there are videos online that show how apps can be hidden, there are videos online that show how they can be found. Finally, some apps can be disguised. For example, apps that look like clocks and calculators can actually be vault apps, places where a young person can hide photos or messages they do not want you to see. To identify a vault app on your child's phone, search for Vault app on the App Store. Typing Vault app on the App Store search field will give you a long list of calculator vault options available for download. However, if your child has already downloaded one of these apps, instead of Install, you'll see Open on the app that is installed. One more key point: just as any device that supports communication can be misused, any game or app that supports peer-to-peer communication, for example, an online game, can also be used to communicate about illicit substances. Again, simply because your child has apps that we've identified here on their phone, doesn't mean that they're seeking or using drugs. But it does mean that they have access to this world. We'll talk more about what to look for within these apps in our next video.